Alright guys, welcome to LoWdown. We are here and we are ready to actually do something for a change. Unfortunately, we're on a Wednesday. It's a bit unusual, but nonetheless, we've got plenty to talk about seeing as we've not been here for the last few weeks, and I'm sure you guys have missed us just as much as we've missed being here. With us just now, we've got Skeletor and we've got Chris,
Woo.
Krista. Woo woo woo. Or just a single woo.
I prefer the single dignified Ric Flair woo to the garbage of Zack Ryder.
Oh, a bit harsh there then.
Hey, it's not harsh. He's not on the game. Zack Ryder, not on the new WWE game.
Yeah, Justin Gabriel made the game.
That's because he's in NXT, though.
Yeah, it's true.
At least he's on TV.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us, guys. Like I said, Krista and Paul will be joining us soon. Hopefully, he may make an appearance. Rensis may show up. We never know. He has been invited. So, guys, how are you finding wrestling over the last 3 weeks, then, seeing as we've not really spoke about this much?
Honestly, I'm kind of going off it a little bit. I'm finding that it's just not keeping my attention as much anymore, like in the sense that we all know what's happening with Cena and Team Authority, and it's like, well, we all know what the outcome of that match is going to be, let's be completely honest.
Well, do we?
Yeah, there's a good, like it's not like a 50-50, 100, like, nobody knows thing, but there's a decent enough shred of doubt there.
I wouldn't say so. I just sit there like, well, you know, we kind of know what the outcome's going to be, guys. Just get it over and done with.
You're nice and negative, sir.
Down straight.
You're such a negative Nelly. Yep, I went there.
Yeah, this isn't a place to be a sad sack, Chris.
Nope, we don't like sad-sounding people here at all.
We hate that. I personally have liked the last, like, the Hell in the Cell 2 Survivor Series Raws considerably more than the Night of Champions to Hell in the Cell Raws. That's not saying a whole lot, but I was really like not feeling it from Night Champions to Hell in the Cell, because most of the builds weren't that interesting, and I will give the Survivor Series thing this, in that the one good thing about having a world champion who's not there is the fact that we finally have a Survivor Series main event Survivor Series.
Oh, wait. We have a title?
Yeah.
And the champion?
Yeah, we got...
You know,
I'd almost completely bloody forgotten.
Yeah, what's his name? Bork something?
Bork Laser?
Bork
Yeah.
Laser, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He I think holds the belt now, but who could be sure? But since he's off doing, eating Jimmy John's or whatever, we got an actual Survivor Series classic match main eventing the pay-per-view, and it has like stakes behind it, even if those stakes were made up by Vince McMahon being crazy for 30 seconds on one Raw.
Oh man, he needs to stop that. He just needs to stop being crazy. Crazy Vince is crazy.
The fact that they didn't have to accept those terms of the fight is just like, why would you?
I just find that hilarious. Like, I was a little upset by it at first, but after it settled in and Triple H and Steph acknowledged the fact that it was stupid, I was pretty okay with the fact that Vince just walked in, made up a bunch of bullshit without, like, knowing anything of what's happening, and left. And they have to deal with it now.
The only thing I liked about any of that was the fact that he acknowledged Ambrose.
I like the handshake between them quite a bit, because Vince, like, talked up the Shield a few times, like, a while back.
Yeah, it's like crazy see, crazy do. Two crazy people meeting, shaking hands, annoying Triple H. It's what they do. Like Mark Henry, that's what they do.
That's what they do. But yeah, I think they're doing a good job with making every single person who is in that match seem important, and having like actual stakes behind it. Like
My actual name is Eric Rowan.
yeah, okay, I don't get Eric Rowan. I don't understand what's happening. But like Dolph Ziggler, a guy I generally don't like, he's been like killing it in IC title matches since he won that thing pretty much. And this whole like authority thing where he's put against like bullshit odds and stuff like that, and it's actually like it's like a lesser version of the Daniel Bryan thing, but still good enough that I actually like Ziggler more than I normally do.
I do like him getting pushed around. It's good to see.
What's his Ryback? Ryback's back. He's a heavy duty push. I like Ryback a lot.
Now, do you know who's not back with him though? Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel is busy wrestling once on main event and then winning and then not showing up for 2 weeks.
Sami Zayn has wrestled more on main event recently than Curtis Axel has, but let's put that into perspective.
He did a Harley Race knee lift as a finish and then pinned Justin Gabriel and then vanished. But,
when the guys from NXT are on main event more than you are, you're in trouble.
What's it? Rusev. Rusev, of course, because he's undefeated and he has that big build behind him, and he's beaten. And Sheamus is like easily the most credible guy he's beaten. And he's beat Sheamus.
There was actually at the live event a very, very small "Where's your title?" chant when Sheamus walked out, because nobody knew that Sheamus had lost the title, thanks to the WWE network in the UK. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't get what's happening with Cesaro. Like, is he like? I don't get why he. I get that it was funny when he psyched out John Cena, but like, is he with the Authority? I don't know what that meant.
Kind of, because if you remember a little while back, he went up to Triple H and he was like, he can be on the Authority or something like that. I think he's trying to kiss their ass, but.
Yeah, Paul Heyman, he said when he quit having Paul Heyman as a manager, he was like, "Oh, I'm now a free agent. You guys, I will do whatever you want for you guys." And they sent him to beat up Dean Ambrose, and he did. And so they kind of have a relationship, I guess.
They've not really used it much, have they?
No, they acknowledged it they did. It's one of those things where they did it a bunch and then didn't mention it once for like 3 months and then start doing it a bunch again.
You know, talking about Cesaro, he had a really, really good match with Ryback on Raw.
He did.
Like,
that was
easily
right.
that match.
Oh yeah, I mean I like Ryback, but that was a carry job. I'm not gonna lie, but Cesaro carried that match like crazy, and that was a lot of fun. That dude is just might be the strongest dude in WWE. He's just absurdly powerful.
Everybody backstage, even breaking kayfabe, have said he is pound for pound the strongest guy backstage.
Yeah,
and that's because no one's lifted with the Bonnie and Kofi Kingston yet, though. So let's not get in there.
I don't know. Big E's probably getting there.
Yeah, Big E and Kofi Kingston easily gaining my attention again. Because you know it's a new day.
I liked Big E's promo the most. I'm gonna say that. His was had the most intensity to it, and it felt like the most he actually wanted to really wanted it.
Yeah, he wanted the time to be on TV again. That was all it was.
Yeah. He seemed very into it, and it was the best promo Big E's done, mostly because Big E's been pretty historically bad at it. But
because Big E stands there and doesn't have a character.
Yeah, that's true. I can't blame him when he has zero character. Until now, I guess.
I have noticed something about Ryback, by the way, going back to it. Ryback has gained a bit of muscle, which is weird considering the size he was.
Yeah, because he needed that, yeah.
Yeah, he just wasn't muscular enough. That was what was holding him back.
Well, to be fair, I reckon since he came back, they've just gone, this guy's got muscles, let's push him.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is hurt, so we need another guy with musculature. Yeah.
Hence he was randomly added in at the end of Raw when it shouldn't have been him.
Yeah, well, I was in a weird state because I watched the first 2 hours of Raw on the night it happened, and I had to go, and so I watched the next hour the next day, and someone was like, "Big stuff happened in the last hour." And I was like, "Oh my god, someone's gonna come back, like Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, or da da da," and then it was just Eric Rowan and Ryback.
To be fair, if I said this before the show started, if they had left it so Eric Rowan was the last person to walk out, it would have been 10 times as big a deal.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why.
I feel like they tried to
swerve.
I feel like they tried to overshadow it with the most predictable thing in the freaking world.
Because, well, do you know what we did get, though? We got a little bit of backstory on Eric Rowan on Raw, and you guys might not have noticed it, but Eric Rowan loves the pussy.
He does.
He's going after Renee Young, and then he literally went after a cat. I think he's trying to tell us something.
Also, I'm going to say right now that despite all of the bitching I heard about the Grumpy Cat thing, he was on TV for like 2 total minutes, and it was fine.
I would like to say that I found it entertaining because even the cat was falling asleep.
He's easily the best guest host they've ever had. Easily.
They've had way worse than that stupid cat, mostly because the cat was only on TV for about 2 to 3 minutes.
I don't know, I think the Muppets weren't too bad, actually.
Yeah, that was a weird one, but I was fine with it.
The best bit about the Muppets was Seamus meeting Beaker.
Yes, and being like, oh, the cousins, all the family's getting together.
Yeah, I'll see you at the family reunion at Christmas. That made me so happy. But do you know what I am worried for is Larry the Cable Guy. I don't even know who this guy is, and I'm already like, no.
Oh, Larry the Cable Guy is a bad stand-up comedian. he is a dude who from like freaking like Massachusetts or something. It's not that, but it's something like that.
Said Larry the Cable Guy, I initially thought it was the guy that runs up to the cameras and shouts F right in the pussy, and I was like,
no, that dude. Okay, Larry the Cable Guy is a guy from like the north, like Massachusetts or something. I forget what, and he puts on like a weird, over-exaggerated Southern character, and like talks about like trucks and shit.
I don't know why, but as soon as you started saying that, I started thinking about Jim Crow. That's worrying.
He is not. He's bad. I think the best thing he ever did was be in the worst Pixar movies, which is the Cars movies, because he's the tow truck. But that's the best thing he's ever done, and those are easily the worst movies from that company.
Oh, wow, okay, so he plays Mater. Yeah. I really don't want to see it now.
Yeah, those are the worst movies from that company, and he's the worst part of those movies.
Man, Paul was right. I already want to miss Raw next week.
Yep. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a huge fan of Jeff Foxworthy or Bill Engvall or those other Southern guys, but they're actually Southern guys.
Do you want to know what I'm a fan of?
What?
I'm a fan of the idea of Luke Harper versus Bad News Barrett.
That match would be the hossiest thing you will ever see in your life.
Oh god, that could have actually happened. That is feasible. He did say he was coming back for the IC title, didn't he?
That would be an amazing match.
Yeah, okay, but here's your query. Does Luke Harper lose the belt a month after holding it to Bad News Barrett, or does Barrett lose his first match back?
Barrett loses, Orton snaps and goes after him, and we get Orton versus Barrett.
No, if Orton comes back, he's going after Rollins, you know that.
Yeah, he's going to have a feud with Rollins where he has like a 90% chance of putting Rollins over.
Yeah, but what you need to have is Barrett and Rollins having a discussion in the ring for something. And then Orton comes back, snaps, goes after Rollins, goes after Barrett, and Barrett gives him the bullhammer elbow, or tries to.
I would love to see if Orton dived up for the RKO and got caught by the elbow. I mean, that would look awesome in slow-mo, because you know they would replay it 1,000 times.
Dude, that would be replayed in video packages for like a year and a half of footage.
Oh, that'd be so good. Wow, we should book Raw. We should book Raw again.
What you can imagine happening is him going to RKO Rollins pushes him away straight into the elbow. That would be most likely.
No, but it's like, I want it to be like a triple mid-air thing. Like Seth Rollins did that big jumping knee off springboard move. I want Orton to jump up in the air to catch him, and from the side be bullhammered elbow.
That's not going to happen anytime soon.
No, the timing on that is virtually impossible, but if it happened, it'll be the greatest thing ever.
It's like, it'd be like super kicking someone going for an elbow drop and making it look like they were going for an elbow drop and not to land on their feet.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of, like, that's the problem with a lot of the RKO out of nowheres, is that
they're not out of nowhere.
Yeah, like Chris Jericho, like every time Chris Jericho has ever done it, pretty much, Chris Jericho just jumps, doesn't even put his hands in a move or legs in a move, he just jumps in the air doing nothing to get RKO.
But the one I do love, when you mentioned Jericho, the one I do love is the code breakers out of nowhere.
Oh, when the guys come off the ropes,
because some of those are legitimately out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, Orton will fly through the air and all you'll see is out of nowhere. Code breaker. It's like, wait, what?
I'll tell you what did shock me this week was talking things out of nowhere. Sheamus lifting up the Big Show on his shoulders. Like, I know he's done it before, but I always forget how strong he can be.
Well, you have to admit, seeing it live, Sheamus is bigger than he looks on TV. For some reason, he looked quite, medium build. No, he's not. He's freaking built.
Yeah, you don't. Like, he is one of those guys where you forget the fact that he's like 6'5", 270. You forget about it, until he does something like that.
That's partially due to the speed that he goes at, though, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and all that. Like, I really like that move he does in the.
You say that, but Lesnar, you can still tell he's big when he moves fast.
Yeah, it's true. Even like 2002 shooting star press Brock Lesnar, like you could tell how huge that dude was. For some reason, Sheamus just doesn't like click across.
I've been thinking, by the way, and I've decided Stardust needs a shooting star press.
Cody almost dies every time it goes for a moonsault, so I don't think that's happening.
Can we just let it happen? Just once.
Shooting star press.
If you never want to see Cody Rhodes wrestle again.
It's alright, Cody Rhodes isn't there. He's some fat guy with a mustache out in the Mexican desert.
If Brock Lesnar can survive screwing it up.
I don't know, it's just like, I've seen Cody almost die on so many moonsaults. Just so many. Like, I've thought, oh my god, Cody's career is over 30 times for moonsaults. I don't think he can do a shooting star press.
What he needs is to go to the performance center and practice it with a crash mat.
Oh, they have a special ring for that now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Cody is also a guy. Like, Cody's not a big guy, but you do forget about the fact that he's still like 6'2", 225.
If Lesnar through the air to land on his neck.
Lesnar can do a shooting star press.
He didn't do a shooting star press. He almost died.
No, if you've seen some of the OVW stuff that he did shooting star press.
No, I've seen it. I've seen him hit it in the shoot. I've seen the OVW clips that were pretty impressive, and I still wish that he beat Taker with it.
We seem to. I'm kind of like Bubba Ray Dudley size, right? And I can moonsault. Blue Mooney can moonsault. Why does this still surprise people?
I think it's because, Cody is, I think, he's just too lanky and tall for it. Like, he's got like a weird build for it.
To be fair, what I'm saying with Lesnar, the thing that surprised me about Lesnar isn't that he can do it, it's the height he gets on it.
It's true.
Yeah. The other thing that gets me is Kurt Angle doing a moonsault. He always gets really high.
Yeah. Bam Bam Bigelow used to have like a crazy ass moonsault. And Vader.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Vader too.
And of course, the man that Gravity forgot.
Adrian Neville's awesome, but to be fair, the dude's like 5'6".
Yeah, but to be fair, the dude can jump.
I was saying he's like Rey Mysterio sized.
If anyone's getting a KO out of nowhere, it's going to be Adrian Neville.
Dude, I can't wait until a year and a half from now when that dude's feuding with Orton and he gets friggin' Red Arrow into the RKO.
That would be the greatest RKO in the history of RKOs.
Yeah, because the previous best one is Evan Bourne going for the shooting star press, and then him catching him. So this is an even better version of that.
To me, I really want to see a guy try to jump on Orton. You know, like if Orton was on a table on the outside, and go to jump from the top rope down onto him, like Ambrose does with the elbow drop. I want to see that turned into an RKO, and I'll be a happy, happy man.
Yeah, that would be.
I just want to see someone shout an RKO and make it look like the head has actually hit the floor, and not make it look
Rob
like.
Van Dam is the only person that's ever done that.
Yeah, because everyone I think Bryan gets it because when Daniel Bryan takes it, he holds his chin and neck afterwards, which is what you're actually hitting.
Well, hey Paul, how you doing?
Hey,
no.
what's going on?
I love how there was a little groan there, Skeletor, like, oh, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, R2D2 has joined the call.
I was going to say, yeah, what Paul said. We're just kind of chatting about the RKO out of nowhere phenomenon. We could tell.
Hold on, guys. I'm having mic difficulties. Be right back.
And Paul will be back with us shortly.
I was going to say, and there he goes again. I meant to ask as well, we got a question through on Twitter, so I just want to kind of put that to you guys. Mick77 Ryan, or Sick Mick Mondo, as he's been calling himself recently, has said, WWE have done a best 100 matches to see before you die. HBK versus Taker at WrestleMania 25 was number 1. Do we all agree that this should be number 1?
Is that the first one or the second one they had?
25 was the
first.
Okay, I think that one is the better one. So probably that's a strong choice for number 1.
I'd put that as 2 or 3, and I'd have one of the Rock Austins as top.
That's fair. I think it can really go either way. You can also put in Bret Hart, any Bret Hart Owen Hart match, pretty much.
I'll go there and say Flair Sting.
Oh yeah, Flair Sting, Flair Steamboat. There's a
Hogan.
lot. Hogan Warrior is awesome in terms of it's not a great technical match, but just seeing the two biggest, overly muscular, roided up guys just throw hands is amazing.
I'll go stereotypical and say Andre the Giant versus Hogan.
Oh yeah, Hogan Andre would be a good shout. Actually.
Yeah, that match is that match as a match is terrible, terrible. But the sight and feel of it and that 93,000 whatever person crowd freaking out the whole time is pretty worth it.
Yeah, what's the deal? Why can't WWE pull a crowd that big anymore? I mean, can they just not have live pay-per-views with that big an arena? Or
there's not that many closed arenas that are that big. Just last WrestleMania or the one before that was in front of 80,000 people. It was still a massive crowd. It was just a little smaller.
That's not good enough. Are you okay now, Paul? How you doing?
Yes. Everything is fine and dandy. How is everyone?
We are good. How are you?
Oh, I'm super. I just got done with Little Hoopers, little kids basketball, and before anybody asks, yes, I fucking dominated those kids. So.
I was gonna say, Paul, we know you were playing.
I knew you were lariating small children.
Oh, I was destroying them.
Forget power bombs, choke.
Oh yeah, there's no mercy here. I mean, I'm like Shawn Michaels. I don't lay down for anybody.
Just super kicking small children.
Yeah, it was the basketball equivalent of super kicks. Is what it was.
Guys, I'm gonna ask one hell of a question. I recently have found out that one of my friends has got back into wrestling, and he knows who he is. He buys too many games, and he's kind of found again that he likes wrestling. So I want to know, guys, what matches would you suggest that he goes back and watch from the last maybe 10 years?
Shield versus Evolution for a reason. Shield versus Evolution. Shield versus Wyatt's Elimination Chamber is one.
We mentioned Taker Sean earlier. That still, that. I'm a big fan of Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 21. That's a fun match.
Triple H versus Taker at Hell in a Cell at Mania 28. Obviously, you've got the Taker versus Lesnar.
Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus no one at WrestleMania 20.
Has he just got... Did you say he's got back into wrestling?
Yeah, he got back into wrestling.
So does he know who Cena is?
Yeah, he knows who Cena is. He works in a game shop, the same as me. We see the cover every day.
In that case, he needs to watch SummerSlam and watch Lesnar kick his ass.
I may suggest that one to him. That was a good choice.
It's not like
Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi from ROH.
Man, I thought you said some Mojo, and I'm like, if you're telling him to watch Mojo Rawley, you're going to put him right off it again.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, hey, Krista, how you doing? We have some female touch in here again.
Hello.
I mean, we had it with Skeletor, but you're
No, Skeletor. Now Aaron's not gonna know what to do. Oh, jeez. Oh, woman's touch.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
God, oh man, oh God.
A woman's touch.
No, he'll lose his smile.
Pardon?
What?
What did you say, Chris?
I said he'll lose his smile.
Aww.
Oh, he doesn't have a smile to lose.
Just look at that picture, man.
How you doing, Krista?
I'm good. I've actually had to go back to work the last couple weeks. It's been a change.
You sounded like you were thinking.
That's not a real thing.
You sounded like you were thinking, what the hell are these people talking about?
If you're not thinking that, you're on the wrong show.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying to these guys, I've had a friend recently get back into wrestling. I want to know what matches you would suggest that he watched from the last 10 years.
Matches from the last 10 years. Yeah, there's a lot to choose from.
Did we say Cena, Punk? When
Ooh, that's
Punk,
a good one.
When like Punk won and stuff. That one.
It's not like an important match, but I always liked that MVP Chris Benoit match where Chris Benoit didn't take him seriously and he lost 2 out of 3 falls. Like he lost 2 falls in a row. Like that was a pretty fun match.
I did like. I do think that the Punk Cena match is going to go down as one of the classics, kind of.
I think basically any feud that you're going to see on WWE 2K15 Showcase, you should go watch.
Yeah, Triple H, Shawn Michaels had like 8 great matches in it.
Alternatively, go and watch Hornswoggle versus El Torito WLC.
Dude, that match is amazing.
That match is a perfect example of why they can't draw more than 4 million a week.
So that match is the best thing ever. Like, friggin', if you're gonna do a dumb novelty match, that is the peak of dumb novelty matches.
I've got to be honest, that just beat the Great Khali, who's finally released.
Khali's finally gone! Yes, I forgot about that.
Guys, can we just have one moment silent, please, for Khali being gone?
No. Because
Cool,
no
that's
one
enough, right,
cares.
thank you.
No one cares.
No longer will I have to hear the cries of
and I won't have to hear Michael Cole try to push him as a former world heavyweight champion anymore. Because I cannot forget about that event forever.
Hold on, when he debuted, I mean,
he was a monster.
He was legit. He was a legit monster, and
he was a pile of shit, though.
And Vince stopped giving a crap.
Dude, I hated him when he debuted.
Yeah, but still, though, he was an impressive-looking monster. So, I mean, yeah, he
Do you know who else is an impressive-looking monster? Kim Kardashian, but no one seems to mention that.
I don't know, the internet over the past week seems to mention that a lot.
Yeah, but they weren't saying she's a monster, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's her one sister that's married to Lamar Odom. That's one that's a monster.
Isn't that Courtney or Chloe?
I don't know.
You can tell that I totally do not keep up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, we obviously don't.
I keep
That's
up
the
with
title of
Bruce
it.
Jenner.
No.
Poor Bruce Jenner.
At some point,
Oh my god, you guys. You know we keep up with the Kardashians?
Wow. No, Chris, don't do that. That's nerving.
be prepared to be flamed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just lost all of our viewers.
You're no longer Chris Lamb, you're Chris Lame.
I don't know.
More like Chris Garbage. Got him. Got him.
It's so bad that you scared Paul off.
Vance.
Oh yeah, the guys that, to be fair, the guys at uni already call me the Chrisinator, so.
The Chrisinator?
People call
Nobody-
me Skeletor.
Nobody calls you that. Get out.
Is that
sorry,
like
this-
the Terminator from the American Pie movies?
Oh god.
The Chrisinator sounds like a really good priest who'll start christening kids really quickly.
I don't. I have a hard time believing the Chrisinator.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure you just
Sounds
made that
like
up.
some
Or
kind of weird South or weird, deepest, darkest corner of the earth disease you get.
I think people call it me, and I'm kind of sat there like, guys, shut the hell up.
that's a safe word.
Oh, nice.
Like Chrisinator, admit it.
I actually do hate it.
I want to know, guys, what was your pop of the week? I know we said we weren't going to do segments, but I'm interested to see this.
Rowan.
Skeletor, you go first. What was your pop of the week?
Oh, okay. What happened? What happened? Oh, Luke Harper winning the IC title. There we
How
go.
did I know that was going to be yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, this should be pop of the month, because we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, Luke
That's
Harper's
okay.
awesome, and he friggin' clotheslined Dolph Ziggler's, like, spaghetti head off. So I was pretty happy about it.
You know that the Creep Nation are listening in on this, and they've all just gone on about the spaghetti thing again, yeah?
To be honest, I've got to say that was probably the only person that's really managed to sell that clothesline well. I think that clothesline normally looks very messy because it doesn't look like it hits them.
I've seen Daniel Bryan freak out, like, selling it, and I liked that time where he hit JBL with it. That was pretty rough looking.
Actually, yes, JBL did sell it well.
Chris, what was your pop of the month?
Gotta be Rowan.
Yeah,
I was very, very, very surprised and happy that they did that.
it was a happy surprise. It was a good surprise. It wasn't like a, hey, here's a poop joke surprise.
Orders aren't really surprising anymore, so you know.
Hey, Vince is gone. When they come back, they're a surprise.
Actually, Vince coming back was interesting, but I honestly reckon he should have come back for the Raw in England, purely so he could get booed.
Yeah, I would agree. We'll talk about that in a moment as well.
Yeah.
Krista, what was your pop of the month?
Harper winning the IC title.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wyatt Boys. This is it. I told people the Wyatt Boys were going to take over the world, and they're doing it.
Well, and it's nice. It's nice to see that it's not just swapping amongst the three same guys. It's nice to see Harper carry a title. I mean, he is one of the probably the best talented big men they have on the roster.
Does this mean we're going to get Harper versus?
It'll be interesting to see what they do with that title reign.
I want to see Bray Wyatt come back and try to reclaim him.
I still think he's working for Wyatt, but we'll hint on that, like I said. Paul, what's your pop of the month?
I don't watch wrestling.
I know you don't.
I guess I gotta go with Ziggler losing the title. Ziggler losing the belt is more important than Luke Harper winning it.
As long as Ziggler doesn't have it, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, he is the most overrated. Yuck.
Oh, you hate him more than you like Luke Harper?
Yeah. So I mean, I like Luke Harper, but I mean, you know, my my loathe scale for Dolph Ziggler is gih.
You know, I'm beginning to think that Ziggler's kind of like Cena. He has his lovers and he has his haters.
Oh no, because even the most jaded fan will go, you know what, John Cena, he can put on a good match.
I have to admit that after going to the live event, I am a Cena fan, of course. He did come out to a very, very hot crowd because it was a casual crowd, mostly children. There was a lot of Let's Go Cena, very infectious kind of.
Just for future reference, Chris, at no point should you call a crowd hot and then mention children.
Yeah. That's a little I'm PC.
This is a crowd that I'd like to point out at some points in the show where you could have heard a pin drop. Like, that's how bad it was. And then Cena comes out and the crowd was just on fire for that match. Like, that was actually awesome.
Yeah, I saw Paul talking about Ziggler's sell of Harper's big boot at the start, and and how mad he seemed to be about it, and I was also
Oh my God,
how terrible it looked.
You know, I flipped through the channels. I wasn't even watching Raw, you know, because I'm boycotting. And I kind of stop on there, and then I see Luke Harper miss his boot by about a good 1.5 feet, and Ziggler sells death on it. Ugh, get out of here.
And it's not even like Luke Harper's fault. Ziggler sold before the move happened.
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, it was bad on both their parts. So, yeah,
He oversells. That's his biggest detraction to him is he oversells.
Yeah, he oversells, and everyone thinks that it's great selling because he is selling.
And Rollins is in danger of overselling.
Yeah.
Because in his career had been known to oversell.
You know why everyone thinks Ziggler oversells is because they compare him to John Cena, who undersells. That's literally it.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Cena is main eventer. He is Superman.
Cena walks out of Hell in a Cell like nothing. They make out, oh, Hell in a Cell is this monstrous construct that destroys everybody that goes into it, and Cena just walks out like YOLO.
Oh, and by the way, for anyone that has that argument, see example of Cena Lesnar.
Cena will take his bumps, and he will get effed up. I respect that dude.
That was the
that's
only
it.
time I've ever seen him sell a move and sell it. I legitimately thought he was injured.
That's a 15-time champ or whatever. He doesn't have to sell.
Yeah, I also Rollins does sell weird sometimes, but he's like way pulled back compared to Ziggler.
I say I haven't watched a Rollins match in like a month.
I said he was in danger of overselling.
Okay.
You say that, but when you think about TLC when they debuted and he went off the ladder into the table, that was overselling. Like afterwards, they were holding like.
I don't remember. I'd have to rewatch
it. It looked more like he just had a stroke.
Yeah, he did a little bit.
I like the good old strokes. I mean, was he like shaking his leg a little bit?
No.
What a fantastic segue. What a fantastic segue. Talking of strokes.
I'd like to point out something, folks. Can I, please?
Yeah, go for it.
It has to do about strokes, though.
Everybody calls Cena Superman, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Superman does have his kryptonite, so Cena's got a kryptonite as well, does he not?
Exactly.
I look forward to seeing Lesnar screw Cena at Royal Rumble or TLC.
I think Brock is like literally Bizarro Superman. Like he is that exact thing, where he's also a normal height but crazy jacked dude like Cena is, but he's like evil and vicious.
That's a very, 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 very good comparison.
Now I'm gonna segue it now. Talking about strokes, JR is working for another company.
Oh.
Boo.
I thought you were gonna say something about Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, don't be silly. I'm not that intelligent.
Boo.
Yeah, but JR working for another company. It's working with Jeff Jarrett. I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
Don't really care.
Well, it seems like Global Force or whatever it's called is not going to be like an actual like wrestling company. Like it's just going to be like it partners up. It almost seems like it's going to be a production company.
Yeah, I thought this. Is it going to become a production company, or is it become like a wrestling hub almost?
It looks like it'll become the unifier.
Other companies.
It looks like it'll become the unifier of companies, basically.
If they're smart, and I'm pretty sure Jeff Jarrett is. I mean, you know, he knows how wrestling works. He knows that not to start a new company, not to try and start a war, anything like that. So if he's just going to go around and just, you know, do something with New Japan, maybe do something with ROH or whatever, you know, that's pretty smart on his behalf. And do it under this global banner.
Like if he does like the production company or whatever, because a lot of the smaller promotions are now starting to do their own IPTVs. Like I could see him kind of getting on board with that to give them bigger distribution.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And I mean, shit, the residuals on that he'd make a killing on, and he wouldn't be actually going head to head with Vince because Vince wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's going, like, if he's doing that, it's super low risk and very high reward.
Yeah.
So it's a smart, like, business move.
You know what's another great business move? I know I rarely mention him, and I don't really like to, but there's been talk of CM Punk being the other English commentator calling with JR.
Oh, what?
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, I have not heard that mentioned.
I've seen that rumor 2 or 3 times this week on certain sites. I'm unsure how to take it, but if you see that rumor, please let us know, because it's one of the things that JR mentioned on his blog as well. Actually, he says he's not counting it out, but he says he also doesn't say he thinks it'll happen. JR also said that he wouldn't ever work for another wrestling company again. So.
To be fair, considering Punk's now working at Marvel, I don't see it happening.
I could see him doing it in his spare time, especially for the pay.
I'm really hoping that he never steps foot in or around a wrestling ring ever again.
Yeah, I want to see what his comics are like. Like, I want to see that. Like, because Raven wrote a comic, like, 5 years ago or more, and it was really good. Like, really, really good.
If anyone has a link to that, could they send it to me, please?
For me, for CM Punk, I agree. Like, if I never see him in another wrestling ring again, like, I don't care. I would be more than happy to see what else he branches out into. I think that, you know, you watch some of the older guys, and wrestling's all they have.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting that he's gone to do Marvel, considering that most people come out of wrestling and don't really do much, with the exception of Edge, who went into acting. Everybody else just sort of goes about their usual crap.
Oh yeah, with the exception of Edge, The Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah, Dwayne's got a couple things going on.
Yeah, I mean, he only does a little bit each year.
Dwayne's only like the second biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah, he's
a
WWE superstar to be one of our high-paid actors. And he's actually...
What I mean is Punk isn't a household name the way that The Rock is.
No.
Ah, okay.
But he's the first guy to come out of the company without being a household name, other than Edge, that's really tried to go and do something else.
I've actually seen Edge in Haven, and he's not bad.
Yeah, I have to admit, it's not too bad.
No, you have a Canadian bias, though, so...
Yeah.
Christian's on that show now.
So, Chris, how are you finding it without the WWE Network?
Honestly, I've stopped giving a crap. Like, if the network comes out, I won't get it anyways.
Yeah, I'm almost on the same boat as you. I mean, Krista, you said you have a channel, you American guys, you just love up your Netflix-style app. Good for you. But...
We're likely to get...
Actually, I don't even have the channel yet on my cable network, because how it works in Canada, Rogers got the deal. Rogers only serves about 200,000 people in Canada alone, so our other cable networks or cable companies, Shaw and TELUS, they actually have to license it from Rogers, and they will only license it if enough people put in a request for them to carry the channel.
Well,
But Rogers has a lot of money, which is why WWE probably took the deal. Rogers is a company that shut out CBC and TSN for airing hockey games.
It's
Like,
why,
they-
despite network sales being fair, like network buys, whatever, being kind of low, WWE stock keeps on going up. Is that kind of dealing?
Well, and that's why I think they signed the deal with Rogers, because I bet you Rogers paid a mint for it, and I bet you that is what stems the constant bleed of the network, is that they've signed a contract with this big carrier in Canada who's willing to pay that kind of money for the monopoly it has. Because they have SportsCenter, which carries all WWE programming.
I'm not going to lie, what we've got here is basically Sky have signed a deal to exclusive rights to have the pay-per-views. The issue that we have is that there was a rumour going around it was going to be a Sky channel. Sky have denied such a rumour and they basically don't really seem interested in having a channel, so it looks like we won't get a network at all. Unless there's going to be some sort of deal breaker with WWE where they can get out of the contract with Sky. But I don't see that happening.
The best thing is that Sky TV is in less than 50% of homes in the UK.
Yes.
So unless you're right in this middle of a city, you're not going to get Sky TV.
Well, and look, in Canada, because all of our media, all of our communications, that includes TV, telephone, and internet, is controlled by a government agency, the CRTC. So in order for them to be able to allow access to their network, they have to be on board with, or the CRTC has to be on board. So they went to Rogers, because Rogers already have those licensing in place. They don't actually have to go through the CRTC. Rogers does it. Like a third-party backdoor.
Interesting.
Which is why they're offering as a channel as opposed to a streaming service provider. And that's probably, like, we have Netflix in Canada, but it's a separate division to the one in the States.
With us, it basically seems to be a situation of, yeah, we want to launch the network. Balls, we signed that contract in January. And that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Yep.
And they were trying to negotiate with Sky till the last second, which is why they didn't announce it was cancelled till 20 seconds before launch.
Oh, well,
Yes. So the point is, America, fuck yeah.
Down with the machine and all that. Speaking of down with the machine, let's hit on the two boys that everybody's been talking about. A little bit of Harper and Rowan. What's going on there, guys? I want to get your thoughts on this. I've got my own theories. I've got my own ideas. Eric Rowan making a swift face turn. What's that about?
Eric Rowan has, even with the stories that they did with Bray Wyatt when they tried to say, like give a bit of a backstory, he seems like a very childish persona, so to me I could understand him being a babyface. It doesn't seem like a turn. It doesn't feel forced. He plays that innocent man-child kind of character very well.
Okay.
I mean, that was hinted at with the stuff with Renee Young. Not so much of the stuff with the cat, but still kind of.
I'll tell you, man, we've already discussed that. We just discussed that Eric Rowan loves pussy.
Yep.
But let's send that as a tweet, shall we?
Eric Rowan loves grumpy pussy. All right.
Yeah. Also that cat from the internet.
I love how Chris can't stop laughing.
I love that we've just broken a woman.
No,
that Eric Rowan loves pussy.
Yep.
Wait, wow, okay.
Yeah, she's
So, Paul, what's your thoughts on Eric Rowan, man?
Sheamus got like legit hurt, right? That's what I read. He's
no.
legit hurt.
Kayfabe.
Oh, is it
Big
kayfabe?
bastard.
Okay.
Yeah, that confuses me,
well,
though. You don't put, one of your biggest stars on the shelf when your other stars are on the shelf.
Right.
You put one of your biggest stars on the shelf and you need to make a new star.
He's just inverse Sheamus. That's all Rowan is. That's it. I'm okay with them giving him a short little babyface run. you know what? He's going to be on Main Event and Superstars in 2 months. So enjoy it while you got it, Rowan.
Ouch.
That's rough for that guy. He's improved a lot.
Yeah, it has.
Guess what? Can he talk? Can he
I have
do
no
promo?
idea.
Can he
I
entertain?
genuinely think he can.
I have no
I just don't
idea.
want to give him time.
We haven't
And
seen
they're not
him
going
talk.
to. Yeah, and they're not going to.
Hey, do you know what happened? Do you remember a guy
guys-
who used to ruin things, and he used to be really bad at it, and he didn't talk for years. But he got over.
And then they gave him a cancer kazoo, and you know. And,
That was pretty funny. That segment is pretty funny.
Oh, it was funny.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, this is just, you know, it's a short-term thing. I mean, you know, we're not going to be seeing, you know, Eric Rowan main eventing pay-per-views or anything.
Oh yeah,
We're main eventing shows. You know,
Can
that's
I-
not happening.
Can I say real fast that guy who didn't have a voice for a few years, I'm glad that guy lately has gotten to wrestle more than the same one person, and has had some actually like pretty decent matches again. That's what I want to say.
Are you talking about someone different than who I was talking about?
We've also had someone else who didn't talk for a long time and got very over later on in his career.
Daniel Bryan.
I was going to actually Edge, because Edge did not talk at all to start with.
Well, they yeah, I guess. You know, it'd be funny if friggin' Eric Rowan and Luke Harper ended up like Edge and Christian from the Gangrel's weird, like the Brood, where they just become like totally different entities and become way bigger.
Am I the only person who really, really hopes that on Sunday, Luke Harper comes out with his beard trimmed and a haircut?
That's a scary
Oh,
thought.
that would be awesome.
I was really hoping that they would bring him out in a suit and stuff on Raw, and like have him with his haircut and a beard trim and everything. But
That
you know,
would really,
no, you don't
really
even-
add.
Rowan doesn't
Yeah, you
have
do
any
the whole.
to begin
Yeah,
with
you
on
do
his-
the. Yeah, you do the Mick Foley corporate champion, that type of thing with him. Yeah, put a pair of glasses on him, put his hair in a ponytail.
No, don't have it in a ponytail. Have it cut proper short. Have his beard trimmed.
No, you
Yeah,
can't do
you-
that because he's. No, he's still a
You
big
can't
idiot.
put him back in a
So-
ponytail. He'll look like Penn Teller.
Yeah, but what you then do is
Yeah.
you lose the accent and you give him the microphone, you get him to say in a clear voice that sounds fluid and sophisticated and have him say, I'm a team player. So you can see the transition from how he was then to how he is now. That to me would have been perfect.
Are we talking about Harper or Rowan?
Harper.
Okay.
Okay, because I thought you guys were talking about Rowan. I'm like, he doesn't have any hair on his head. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, we're going to sweep Rowan's hair up from his beard over his head.
Into a ponytail.
Yeah, into a
God.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely be into friggin' like weird corporate champion Luke Harper. Like, have you
That would be
seen
cool.
pictures of him from like 2000, like indie wrestling in like 2003, 4, 5 area when he had,
Yeah, he was a good-looking
almost-
guy.
Yeah, he's a handsome dude who had
He's
short
a
hair.
handsome.
and
He's a handsome feller.
You
Yeah.
guys, you know, if we're not careful,
God damn
we'll
it.
end up looking like Jason Lee.
He
He does.
kind of looks like Jason.
Jason Lee.
There's no kinda. He looks like Jason Lee. But let's look him up here, shall we? I think the best thing about this is that a lot of guys are now torn on who do we look for more? Is it Harper or is it Rowan? Because obviously with Harper being on Team Authority, most people are kind of like, Triple H is boring anyway, he takes up too much time. Enough. And then if you kind of vote Rowan, you're on Team Cena, and most people go, well, Cena sucks. So who do you vote for?
I'm just going to say they're both awesome guys, and I can't wait to see the moment they have in a match when they're inevitably going to get in together. And we get to see them go at it.
I'm going to say it then. I think the whole thing has a possibility to be a setup. You don't put a stipulation of if Team Cena loses, you get fired, and Team Authority will break up if they lose. without there being some kind of screwy finish. So what if Harper and
That requires story continuity. I think if they do, then hey, good on you, sir. Then I will give you all the credit.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I will say you wrote it.
I missed that. Could you say that? Because I've been waiting to hear that for like an hour. Yeah. I'm kind of with that and kind of against it because I'm not going to lie. They need to go their separate ways anyway, so having them all go back and be like, oh yeah, well, you know, this is all... No, I'd quite frankly want to punch Vince McMahon and whoever runs the creative team right in the face. I feel like it...
Which is weird because he's. I feel like it has to be because he's delivered promos before and they're fine. Like he's delivered decent promos before. I don't know why he can't say those words.
I think he's trying to make himself seem just brainless, like Bray Wyatt was. I don't know.
Like he's just going from one leader to another without actually having any thoughts of his own.
Yeah.
Or Cena's controlling him.
It was me, Triple H. It was me all along.
It was me all along.
John Cena has been heel for the last decade. He's slowly inching his way into control of WWE.
No.
Screws everyone over.
No. Cena was just Abigail.
Well, you
Cena
could.
is Sister Abigail.
No,
Cena blew up Vince McMahon's limo.
anyway.
Cena is the anonymous GM.
It should be, like, with the stipulation for the Survivor Series, which I think basically gives the game away when they do that. It could be a way of somebody on that team is retiring. Like if it's a case of Kane going out, and that's how they're deciding to do it, or if it's Cena deciding he's going to fall on the sword, as it will, and hand off the reins. I mean, it could go any which way. It could be a case of Harper and Rowan destroying it from the inside, or all of a sudden you'll have Rowan go, you know, I believe what Bray Wyatt said, but it turned out to be bullshit, and the Authority has opened my eyes. Or the same could be said for Rowan, that, you know, I followed John Cena into battle, as it were, and I realized that Bray Wyatt is full of crap. You know, hey.
I'm not going to lie, I don't think so. I think this is just going to be the end of the Authority leading into a Vince McMahon's representative versus Triple H at WrestleMania.
It's going to be The Rock. You know that, right?
I don't think it's going to be The Rock. I think they want it to be The Rock, and it's not going to be The Rock.
Do you think we're actually going to get Ryback versus Triple H? Because they look like they're trying to do that. Like,
I think they're going to get it, yeah. And Triple H will put Ryback over.
They keep intensely looking at each other.
I think they're going to get it in the match. I think they're going to get it, and the match will be 20 minutes of Triple H moving and doing stuff, and then 5 minutes of Ryback doing his usual stick.
Maybe we'll have to like Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
That seems to work.
Maybe it would be like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, where it's like the one they had in Hell in the Cell, where it's like 50 minutes long and it's all finisher kickouts.
Hey, I wrote about that one of my blog pieces. I actually wrote out a Steve Orton match. But my question, I have a question though. What in the hell is going on with Cesaro? Like, what is it?
He's being neutral and doing what the Swiss do. getting in the way and staying neutral.
Yeah. He's exactly what his country raised him to be.
Neutral and
Great,
useless.
generic, good, and strong.
You know that sounds slightly racist.
Sounds very
It does a
racist.
little bit. It does, thinking back.
And
We're
they're
not
white too, who cares?
I'm white too, fantastic. No, but seriously, Cesaro's kind of in no man's land at the minute. We were saying this earlier. He kind of sits on the edge of doing something, and just as someone goes to give him the nudge, he kind of crawls back into his corner and cries.
I was legitimately excited when he came out because I was like, oh, he can be a face now and do new things. And then he was like, psych. Damn it.
Well, you know, and I didn't mind his matches with Ryback. It wasn't bad. They weren't 5-star matches, but they got the job done. They did what they were supposed to do. It was a decent match.
It showed Ryback can be in a long match and have it not be terrible. Like, he was carried, I will say that, but he held enough himself to make it work out.
But Ryback shouldn't be put in that position.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, wouldn't you prefer Ryback than Roman?
Nope.
Yeah, neither one of them should be put in that position.
I feel like that match Ryback had was better than any match Roman Reigns ever had by himself.
I think Roman Reigns hasn't really had a chance because his singles career didn't last long.
Yeah, he's like dead now or something.
Like, where is he at surgery, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just chilling out back with Zack Ryder. It's cool.
Yeah, he got like shot and died or something.
He went back to his home planet.
Yeah, he
went back to
died on
his
the
home
way back to his home planet.
He's resting up to back.
If Roman Reigns isn't on screen, everyone else should say, "Where's Roman Reigns?"
Where?
Isn't the gimmick? Where is Roman?
He had like a shoulder muscle tear or something like that.
And then you can put an actual door and be like, he is Roman.
Dude had like a hernia or something. It was.
Yeah, he had a bellyache.
Yeah.
He had a bellyache.
Have any of you guys ever had a hernia?
I have not. I pulled a sensitive area and it was bad.
Oh god, not this again.
Hey, when it comes to the actual ins and outs of a hernia, shut up.
Ins and outs. Yeah, sorry.
There was lots of ins and outs, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, question. Chris made a very good point. Bad News Barrett is due to say something on the Survivor Series pre-show. Luke Harper is currently holding the IC title. Will we see Barrett versus Harper?
Oh, I hope so.
That match would be rad. Like, I just want to see those guys punch each other for 45 minutes.
I think that'd be an awesome matchup.
Put Goldust in there and just have those three and Sheamus and just have them punch each other for 45 minutes.
Actually,
I genuinely want to see Sheamus, Barrett, Cesaro, triple threat for the IC title.
that'd be great.
I like the idea of the IC title, the Big Hoss Championship.
I would actually watch Raw for that.
You know, that was. You know, the middle and small guys can go wrestle for the U.S. All the 7-foot dudes and 6'7" dudes beat the hell out of each other for the IC title.
I would really, really like to see Harper versus Barrett. I think that would be an incredibly good match.
I'd like to see it on the provision that Harper stays with the rough around the edge look. Because if he becomes the authority it man, although saying that, if he's in a suit, it can feel like Barrett's been replaced, because he was going to be in that spot, wasn't he?
Actually, yeah, I can.
It looked like it. I can't know for sure.
I think they could use that.
No,
They've came up with worse storylines.
I don't like that. I do prefer the whole Luke Harper being rough for that kind of match.
I'm saying he still needs to drag that title around. It looks awesome.
And as I said, he needs to replace the strap with gator skin.
It needs to make it look dirty.
Duck Dynasty.
Yep.
No.
Or what is it? Swamp, whatever they are. Swamp Wars or whatever it is.
Swamp. Dang, what is that show? Someone I know watches it. Swamp. Damn it.
Swans or something like that.
It's something. I can't really freaking remember.
Alright, guys. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. Where's it going and what's happening?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, it's had a lot less kick to it than it should have.
Because Bray Wyatt is a one-trick pony.
Yeah, I'm standing behind my feelings that I've had for like a year, which is I don't really care about Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt was a big deal, but he is a one-trick pony.
He does
Back in your box.
like the whole I talk like very quickly and then I talk slowly at the end.
And I get really
and lower
excited.
my voice and then get high again. Thing never worked on me, but freaking like literally the same meandering thing every week. And I still zone him out.
I would take
I think he would be better at just going full-on manager.
I would take the two-dimensional character, but it's more like a one-dimensional character. Like,
Y'all need to suck dick. Right?
Hey, I already do that. Calm down.
Oh, my goodness.
maybe definitely has confessed.
I genuinely believe within the next year, your two top stars in the company, Vince's two top stars in the company, turn out to be Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. Closely followed by your Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
I think Bray Wyatt is the gangrel of our generation.
Yeah.
At best.
I can see that.
I think he gets the run that he does is because of who his dad is.
You guys are doing
Well, if anything, that should be a detraction. Is seeing who his dad is. His dad's one of the worst pro wrestlers I've ever seen.
I freaking like. I still maintain that I like Mike Rotunda.
He gets the
You
run
like five-
because of who his dad is. Have we looked at Curtis Axel? Really?
Well, but what I'm saying is that that's why these boys get these opportunities because their dads were like big deals. Whether they were good or
Bray,
not, needs to be seen.
I think Bray worked for it.
Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Bray is an immensely talented guy. They just have no idea what to do with him. I mean,
Well,
this guy
exactly.
should be Jake Roberts. This is who he should be.
Yeah,
He doesn't need a belt. He doesn't need to be in those types of feuds. I mean, you just hand him somebody and let him get in their mind. Let him do vignettes, shit like that,
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
the thing is, he has done a lot of vignettes and stuff like that, and he's put in a feud with like a major guy. He just ain't clicking.
Okay. You said that Bray Wyatt is like the gangrel of this generation. I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
I like Gangrel's ring work as well, just like
I
on
think-
Grace.
I think he's the Raven of this generation. I think he's well before his time.
Raven's too cool to be like. Bray Wyatt is not cool enough to be Raven.
Well, it's not that he's ahead of his time. I mean, he's essentially using a recycled gimmick already. I mean, he's doing it fine. I'm gonna put this more on the creative department.
I don't
I
think
mean,
Roman spends any time with the boys.
What was that?
But I don't think those guys in creative spend any time with these boys.
No,
they don't understand pro wrestling and things like that. And that's the greater overall problem.
I was going to say
But-
Understanding, I've actually been thinking about this, and I don't even think it's understanding pro wrestling. I don't think they realize or know the actual wrestler who's delivering the lines.
I don't
So
think
them character and to embody, giving them just shit to say doesn't mean dick. You have to give them something that character would say. Ryback says, "Feed me more." Yeah, he would say it. He's not going to say something that, say, like Christian would say or Edge would say. It would sound weird. you know, or Reigns, when he was doing that jokey stuff, he was actually pretty good. But then they have him saying that, you know,
Believe that.
very uptight, very, oh, I'm going to be dark and ominous and tough. That shit didn't work. But when he was like flirting with Renee and called her baby girl, how many people went for that?
That was the best thing Roman Reigns has ever done in his life.
Yeah, when,
take your shoes
Or
off.
when he was flirting with Vicky. I mean, how hysterical was that?
I personally was quite fond of the baby girl take your shoes off in my ring.
that was pretty funny to me as well. I just don't know. Like friggin' like Dean Ambrose has been booked flawlessly. Like just
No, he has not.
pretty from moment
No,
one
he hasn't.
to
Get
now.
out of here. He's
Not
a joke.
Do you not remember him?
He's been put in crazy good feuds, been
Skeletor?
protected like crazy for 2
Dude,
years.
do you not
Ketchup
do you not
and
remember-
mustard.
Do you not,
Ketchup and mustard. That's all I'm
Forget the
saying.
ketchup and mustard, that wasn't too bad. Do you remember the mannequin that he put in the ring that looked like Seth Rollins?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
remember that.
Mannequin. Green
sucked.
slime.
The
Get outta
green
here.
slime was fine.
I'm gonna have
But
it.
No,
the
it
mannequin
wasn't.
segment sucked, but the green
No,
slime was
for-
fine.
Because people are heaping all kinds of praise on Ambrose, like this guy's the next Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper wouldn't have done that. Stone Cold Steve Austin wouldn't have done that. Yeah.
Do you want to know how much hype this match has had? Fucking Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose in the past week have only wrestled on main event. That's not a good sign.
No.
Like, when you put the guy that everyone wants to see on main event, it doesn't put your network views up. It just puts your Raw views down.
When people wanted to see Ambrose versus Rollins, it feels to me like Vince has gone, okay, Rollins was the draw.
Yeah. A little bit.
Rollins, I don't know. Like I feel like while WWE Creative does super dumb stuff sometimes, I feel like people like insist on putting every ounce of blame for everything on creative. And I feel like sometimes guys just drop the ball. What happens?
No, because nowadays they're not allowed to go out there and cut their own promos and things like that. Guys like Cena and Triple H can. These guys have to go out there and do what they're told to say. That falls on creative.
And sometimes they're told like 5 minutes before they go on.
Yeah, with your rewriting
Guys,
the
I've got a
show
request.
as it's going on, yeah.
I think next week we should take the final hour of Raw and we should book it ourselves. And just see what people's reactions are to it, because genuinely, although we watch the product, we know nothing about the ratings and things. If we can produce a better show than they can, then let's have a laugh about it, you know? But I think Skeletor's right, a lot of people do blame creative for far too much.
I wasn't
There
blaming
are times-
creative, I was blaming Vince and the people that seem to think that Rollins is a bigger draw than Ambrose for some reason.
I think you need to realize, though, Chris, that creative is Vince. Like, creative are trying to please Vince constantly.
That's a good point.
And Vince
Yeah,
throws
nothing.
out stuff
Yeah,
they
nothing
write.
gets. Yeah, nothing gets put on TV without Vince's thumbs up.
Yeah, the reason Raws are still being written as they happen is because Vince threw out half the script 20 minutes before showtime.
Yeah. So he is the problem.
That's why when you hit the age of 60, you need to stop wrestling. And you need to go find a nice retirement home with all your multi-millions and sell your ass. Jeff Jarrett, take note. He's been warned.
Jeff Jarrett's only like 47.
You're on notice, Jarrett.
I'm coming for you, Jarrett. Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for Craig to feud with Jeff Jarrett.
Dude, you know what happens? He's going to be the champ.
Oh yeah, you can get hit with the stroke out of nowhere and pin.
I get hit with a stroke as he has a stroke. It's all fine. Yeah, we lost a viewer. Sorry. I'll stop saying stroke jokes. I apologize. Come back.
Shame on you.
I was going to say something, so I can't remember what it was. It's really frustrating me now. Oh, that's right. A new day is coming.
Oh, yeah.
I have waited so long for this. And a new day, by the way, is just a little too close to a new agenda for me. I'm going to be having words, Vince. I'm going for
Isn't
YouTube.
isn't everything that you hoped it would be?
It is. It is getting so much closer. So much closer. A new day is going to be coming for the next 6 years just to make sure they've still got a job.
You know,
I think a new day is literally a promo for the next Raw.
The only reason that I care even the slightest about those three guys is just for you, Craig. That's it. Because I know how invested you are
I know.
in them. So.
It's great.
Yeah, so inadvertently, they're probably going to be like my favorite team.
See, that didn't make you like Ryback anymore.
No, because I don't like.
Curtis Axel's release.
Oh, okay. We have a question from John Tilbury. More of an instruction because there's no question mark, you prick, John. I
What a
haven't watched.
douchebag.
It's supposed to be done.
We
I
all
haven't
hate
watched-
you, John.
I haven't watched WWE/Raw recently. Briefly persuade me to watch it again.
I can't.
I'm not watching it either, man. So.
And honestly, if you want to
Boycott that
know what's
shit.
going on, watch the highlights on YouTube.
John,
Follow on
do
Twitter.
it
That's
for
it.
The Rock. Do it for The Rock.
Dude, like, I don't know. There was some fun-ass matches on Raw this week. Like
Yeah,
Ziggler
I enjoyed
You're
and
a-
Harper.
This
Yeah,
week's
but
Raw
watch
was
on the highlight
better than
reel
the
on
last
YouTube.
three.
You don't need to sit through 3 hours of Raw for that.
I'm just saying
John,
there was like 5 different really good matches on the same show, and the end
You know what?
sequence is
It-
pretty entertaining.
It's called highlight reel on YouTube.
John, if you want to watch it, literally take one match from each hour and the first and last segments. Then watch Survivor Series and not told after Survivor Series. That's your choice.
I think I'm way more positive about Raw than you guys, mostly because I watch it.
You
on a
love
1 hour.
everything.
I watch it on a
That's
1 hour
it.
delay, so I can skip what I want.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
watched it
think
the next
you think
morning.
every Raw is fantastic. So
It was
I,
on Raw. I had a good time. I don't know. I didn't like any of the Raws from Night of Champions to Hell in the Cell, really. But I've liked the last few for Survivor Series.
I've
That's-
really hated
Yeah, you
these.
normally sit on Raw.
I mean, I basically just watch wrestling for main event anyway.
There was a week.
And for the divas, let's be honest, you watch them for the divas.
No, I watch it. I watch it for main event Curtis Axel matches.
There was 2 weeks ago where SmackDown was actually better than Raw.
Whatever
SmackDown
happened-
has been.
Like, do they even have Curtis Axel still on the roster? I haven't checked.
He wrestled on main event like a week ago
I'd
and
like-
beat Justin Gabriel.
I'd like to quickly bring someone up.
Is it Rusev, Big Show?
No. What I would like to bring
Is it
up,
Kofi, Big E, and Xavier?
I would like to bring up someone that was at the live event, but I haven't seen on TV recently, being Jack Swagger.
he was on main event.
He was on Raw like a week ago.
I don't really watch. I skip most of it. Because
I'm sensing a slight problem here being a wrestling podcast.
that was
My-
that.
Just saying.
What surprises me is that Los Matadors is actually in the title picture.
come
How
on.
did that happen?
You know that they're in the title picture because they needed an 8-man tag elimination match.
And they don't have any tag teams left.
That is exactly why that's happened, because a new day's not here yet.
I'm
But when it
surprised
does,
Vader Gator isn't in there.
I'm surprised the Ascension hasn't been called up and put in that.
because they're old and green, it's not happening.
I don't want it to happen, but I'm surprised it hasn't.
Dude, I
Yeah,
would
'cause
rather if
they
they put in. I'd rather they bring up Team Thick right now.
Well, and the thing would be, like, I'm surprised they haven't brought the Ascension up either because they've dropped the titles.
Do you know who needs to be brought up?
Colin
God
Kaepernick.
damn his name.
Team Soft.
SAWFT.
FT.
Soft.
Oh. Also, I will never stop being mad that those two dudes in Team Thick or whatever aren't cowboys. Like, what the hell? Well, how are they not cowboys? One of them was already a cowboy. Look at their names. One of them is named Buddy. God damn.
It sounds like something you'd call your dog. Why is he not a dog?
I did. What are their names? I gotta pull it up because I can't. They have the two cowboyest names in existence, and I can't think of them right now.
Buck.
Is it Kofi? His name's Kofi.
It's not Kofi and Big E, damn it.
Are you suggesting that Kofi couldn't be a cowboy? You racist?
I'm assuming, like, because I'm seeing vignettes with Xavier Woods doing whatever on the mic, I'm guessing that they've got, like, a new faction coming in that's probably got Xavier Woods, Big E, and Kofi in it.
Okay, Krista, I'm gonna have to stop you there. It's a new day. It's a new day.
I'm sorry, but when you guys say it's a new day, it sounds like a U2 song. Sorry.
No, that's a beautiful day, and I would rather cut my wrists. But it's a new day. In fact, you could say they're a new agenda.
I'm actually hoping for a reunition of Consequences 3.
Oh, thank God. I'm not the only one.
Also, wait one second. Those guys' names are collectively Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. Those are the cowboyest names in existence. And they're freaking dubstep listening partiers for some reason.
Oh, wait. Bull Dempsey is like a cowboy villain name if I've ever heard one.
Freaking get all three of them. Bull Dempsey, Buddy Murphy, Wesley Blake. Freaking make them the Young Guns. Screw it.
No, if you're going to do it, they need to be four of them. At least four of them. I'm sick of three-man teams. Sorry,
Yeah.
Biggie.
I'm trying to think of
Biggie's
other...
tits do make up for other members of that team.
Bunkhouse Buck, I bet he's not doing nothing. Add him to it.
I say bring back Bob Orton.
Bring back the Bunkhouse Stampede pay-per-view.
I'd be okay with that.
That was the worst thing that's ever happened, Paul. God damn
No,
it.
no, it's not.
Don't pretend like that was
The
okay.
battleground.
Yeah, it was better than that.
Paul, don't pretend like Bunkhouse Stampede was not the worst thing you've ever seen.
It was better than anything Curtis Axel's ever done.
That pay-per-view was just the biggest pile of shit. Like, I was trying to
They'll
watch
pay for it.
I was watching every single NWA thing in a row, like all their events in a row, and I got up to that one, and I just could not watch it. It was the worst thing in the world.
Oh,
Skeletor, how did you find time for other TV shows?
Because
Genuinely.
well, I don't know. I work weird hours, so I fit stuff in. I watch probably too much TV stuff.
Apparently.
I mean, you say NWA stuff. Do you mean like NWA TNA as well, where like Ken Shamrock was champion?
Oh goodness, no, not TNA.
Then you didn't watch all the NWA stuff, you liar.
I watched all the 80s NWA events in a row. I went from Starrcade '83, all the to including the Clash of Champions. I watched from '83 to '90, all the pay-per-views, all the Clash of Champions.
You have a lot of time in your hands, don't you, Skeletor?
To be fair, I've had it for 8 months.
Now then, you look at the star power here on Bunkhouse Stampede 88. I mean, this is loaded.
Did you watch the matches? They're terrible.
Nikita Koloff and Bobby Eaton, come on.
Nikita Koloff sucks.
Hey, you shut your mouth.
You
shut
know he
your-
sucks.
No, I love me some Nikita Koloff.
Nikita Koloff is a terrible wrestler. Had to be
Hey,
carried by good guys like
Hey,
Arn
you-
Anderson.
Hey, you want to know who else is like that? Ryback. Shut your mouth.
No, they are
No,
basically the same guy. I will admit
Larry Zbyszko,
Oh,
Barry
Larry's
Windham, Road Warriors,
I
Dusty
believe Scott-
Rhodes, the American Dream, Doth the Road. Come on.
Skeletor does need a woman in his life. Is there a Lady Bones out there that we can get in?
that. God damn it. Whitey Bones.
Lady Bones. Can someone at least set up a Twitter account for that? So we have Lady Bones and Skeletor.
All right, ladies. He needs a lady in his life. He has a pulled groin. He needs someone to massage it out for him.
That's who he needs.
That freaking pulled groin injury just effed me up the entirety of the time I was in NYC. I just could barely get from place to place.
Did you get it while you were in NYC?
No, I pulled
I
it.
heard that the prostitutes there were fairly rough.
Oh, but those were the only good kind. But I pulled it doing something stupid like 3 days before.
Mm-hmm.
Something stupid, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You forgot your buzzer, didn't you? Yeah. So we have a question on Twitter.
You don't use butter, you use hot grease.
Wow. we got a question on Twitter. I'm going to change the topic. If you guys could have a dream Survivor Series team with 5 members, which 5 do you include? Whoever's got the vibrator, I'm asking first. Who was it?
Krista?
Nope.
It was you, wasn't it, Chris?
Actually, it wasn't.
He was pushing the blame off so you know what was going.
Okay, Chris, who would your top 5 Survivor Series team be?
Oh. That's a difficult one. Punk and Brian would have to be on it because similar work styles. Can't really think of any.
Wait, is this like entirety of wrestling history? You just put
Yeah,
it in one?
entirety of wrestling history in their prime.
Oh,
Here,
that's fine.
I'll go.
I can go right after because I have mine laid out.
Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham, and then we're going to throw Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in there as well.
You should have just had J.J. Dillon from when he was still wrestling.
No, because I want a good wrestler in there.
It's
no,
true,
no,
J.J. Dillon sucked as a
No,
wrestler.
never mind. I'm taking Steamboat out and I'm putting in the Macho Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Greatest thing ever.
I share a birthday with him.
I know you do. I'm jealous of you, sir.
Yay, me!
Yay, you.
All right. I think. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do different people than Paul, just to like entirely different from him.
I do Ryback, Curtis Axel, Michael
All right.
McGillicuddy,
Skip Sheffield.
Skippy
Kane.
Sheffield,
So it's the same 2 guys in different
And-
personas.
and Kane.
All right. So let's do Surfer Sting.
Team Groin Pull.
Team Grind. All right, let's do 1 Surfer Sting, 2 Bam Bam Bigelow, 3 Vader, 4 the Big Boss Man, and 5 by
Stan
God, it's
Hansen.
gotta be Kane.
Stan Hansen.
No, wait. Oh, I do love Stan Hansen, and he's a huge, powerful. All right, Stan Hansen. You're right. So there we go. Stan Hansen, Bam Bam Bigelow, Vader, Big Boss Man, and Surfer Sting.
That's a legit team.
Chris, do you want to finish yours off since you got as far as Punk and Brian?
Sami Zayn.
I've completely changed mine.
Sami Zayn, El Generico.
Speaking of anyone in their prime, I'm going to have to start off with Taker, Kane. In their prime, Rey Mysterio. Back before his knee was kind of his knee.
It's a medical condition, you know. Rey Mysterio knee.
That's now a legitimate condition, ladies and gentlemen. If your knee is breaking every 6 months, you have a Rey Mysterio knee. Beyond that, it's hard to say because
He got chronic Mysterio-itis, son. I'm sorry. You'll never walk right or again.
so I'll go with the Paul Heyman guys. Lesnar, Punk, Curtis Axel, Rob Van Dam.
Curtis Axel. What is wrong with you? Who lives like this?
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it was pretty good.
Good God.
And right back.
Oh man, the saddest thing in the world, I've just got this image of Curtis Axel, and he's got one knee like Rey Mysterio, and the other knee like the Great Khali. I can't imagine a sadder image. Walking out to the slow, sad horn.
Dude, the freaking sad horn, I still really like. I don't know why, but the sad horn is still like,
Because it
cracks me up.
speaks to you on a personal level.
It does. The sad horn speaks to me.
Krista, who would be your top 5 Survivor Series team?
All right, and this is anybody in their prime.
Anyone in the prime?
All right.
Just have to be 5 Canadians.
Christian, Edge, Jericho.
No,
I'm just...
I think if you're gonna do Canadian, you do Mad Dog Vachon, okay? Just to fuck everything else.
The Goon.
Got Mad Dog Vachon, his leg.
Okay,
Stu.
so you want
I think Ivan Koloff is actually Canadian.
Fabulous. Anyway, if I may continue.
You may.
Freddie Blassie. Maybe the Golden Greek. Modern day, I would pick Punk. And from the 80s, I would pick Ric Flair and Rick Rude.
Oh man, I'm a little ashamed of myself for not putting in Bob Backlund in my team. But I needed all those huge dudes.
Well, it was either the Golden Greek or it was Bruno Sammartino. So, I kind of flipped the coin.
Okay, I'm gonna go Harley Race, Big John Studd.
Big John Studd's pretty underrated.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
So Harley Race, Big John Studd, Chris Benoit. Mostly because of his 2003 performance at Survivor Series, I enjoyed that. Let's throw in 2002 Kane. And modern day, I suppose you gotta throw in Superman, so I'll throw in Cena.
Surprising nobody mentioned the Funks.
Yeah, they're not really Survivor Series material for me. It's not a hardcore match.
Or
I like-
Lawler. Pick Lawler.
Oh god. No, I wanted a team of all big men and Surfer Sting, so I did what I wanted.
The whole Big Man and Surfer Sting.
Surfer Sting is the best
Mr.
thing.
Mark Henry.
Although Jake Roberts would have been a decent ad too.
I know he's dead, so it's hard to, like, but he was bad. He was bad, okay.
My 5 heels will
Jake
cheat
Roberts
to
is
win
still
and beat
alive,
all
last
of yours.
reject.
So.
But dude, I'll have Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow hitting simultaneous moonsaults on guys.
And guess what? My heel team will still cheat and win.
Yeah, that's true.
Big Boss Man will handcuff Ric Flair to a post.
See,
Dave Rowe get up
what
the
you
chair.
guys don't have,
Then
you
you
guys
need-
don't have an
Add
actual
Freddie
team.
Blassie on your team.
You know, I have 4 guys on my team. They all know each other.
I thought you were gonna say you guys just don't have that ruthless aggression.
I had a team. I had a team.
Unless you're going to say the Freebirds, get out of here.
I had the Paul Heyman guys.
Oh, Christ. You have Curtis Axel on your team. You
Uh,
lose for that.
Okay,
You lose!
if
Good day, sir.
If I'm picking a single entity instead
You
of like
win
my
nothing.
4 big men and Sting, I would have gone with the Dangerous Alliance.
You're a
Road
dangerous
Warriors.
Ooh.
The original Road Warriors, like the whole group, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, with Jake and them? Yeah, that's a good choice.
I'd like to say the Brothers of Destruction plus the Hollies.
Oh, I freaking love the Hollies.
Of course, Christ, germs.
Guys.
Internet germs, Christ, everyone sanitize.
The Brothers of Destruction plus the Wyatt family.
God, that's how Ebola spread. Internet coughing. Oh, God. There it is, cough button. Jesus.
No. Brothers of Destruction and the Wyatt family.
Who lives like this?
That's an evil tag team system statement. Sorry. I'll go as far as RoboCop, the Goldie Gooker, Mantor, Erected Man.
Mae Young's hand kid.
Mae Young's hand kid can accompany everyone.
Sharpman.
Oh yeah, Sharp Boy, Curry Man, AJ Styles, Chris Daniels, and Samoa Joe.
So the team of the only good people in TNA.
Hey, I could have put in Bobby Roode and James Storm.
Oh, that's true. And I guess Christian when he was there for those 2 years.
And his name is Tyrus. His name is Tyrus.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a big beer money mark for a while.
I have to be honest with you, the fact that they've recycled his unitard or singlet or whatever the hell he wears, and just taken off the BC and put Tyrus on it, doesn't really give him a new identity.
Wait,
But he does it so much better now.
can we talk about can we segue that into the terrible TV deal TNA got?
Yeah.
America or Destination America, and it's through the Discovery Communications Group.
Dude, it's the bottom channel in the Discovery Communications group.
Yes, it is.
It's the least good channel.
But apparently it's growing.
Yeah, it grew from 1 viewer to 2.
So you've been tuning in, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I clicked to it today to see what it was, and viewership doubled.
God, you really do need a woman.
I'm not gonna lie. I still like TNA. My worry now is though that they get lazy again and go, it's okay, we've got a place for 2 years, and they'll do nothing.
That TV deal is just so sad. Like, Ring of Honor has like a weird TV deal where it's only on local channels and spread around, and it's still a better TV deal than what TNA just got.
Yeah, I don't even have that channel, so
Yeah.
sorry, TNA.
Ring of Honor plays on
Would have
channel
been the
2.
big coup? You know what would have been the big coup if they could have scored ESPN? There you go, Vince. Okay.
ESPN has historically always picked up the like dying worst company at the time.
Whoa, hold on. I have plenty of fond memories of watching Global, World Class, and UWF on
And
USWA.
AWA for a while.
Yeah, on ESPN. So
I've seen quite a few episodes of AWA through ESPN Classics.
oh no, I used to watch it like when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, but you're like 80 years old.
Yes,
So-
it's true, but you know that's how I know
I'm
everything.
probably older than he is, so watch it.
That's how I know
I'm
everything.
at Channel 4 showing Heat. That's all we ever get. We get TNA on Challenge. We used to get Heat on 4. Occasionally we'd get a free pay-per-view on 4.
I see.
And we had Celebrity Wrestling on Channel 3.
Oh, that Hulk Hogan show that lasted for 1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
Danny
miss
Bonaducci was
wrestling.
on that show.
I miss watching Stampede Wrestling.
Canada.
Damn great.
See the for wrestling.
And just to point it out, to rub it in, Canada's bigger than the U.S.
Yeah, but people can only live on the border because it's freaking Canada.
Well, considering what happened in New York and Buffalo, I think the same can be said for you guys.
Hey, I live in Virginia. It is freaking nice.
I live like an hour away from Buffalo, so.
You guys get like a shitload of snow?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he dodged that. That was more like I barely dodged it by being in NYC. Like a little bit came in when I was there. But
Okay, I've got to ask. I heard Buffalo fought Buffalo Wings. Do you guys have a food that you eat specifically when you watch wrestling?
No. It used to be pork scratching, but I don't eat them anymore.
I tend to buy buffalo wings from yeah, I tend to buy buffalo wings, like the good, like higher end stuff where I have to carry it out, for every like major pay-per-view.
I used to drink heavily for wrestling, but
that too.
Actually, because I watch the East Coast viewing at 6, I eat dinner.
Even when you watch a pay-per-view?
Yeah, it comes on at 6 here.
Friggin' stupid Canada time zones.
It's called Mountain Standard Time that extends into the United States.
Shh, shh. No, Canada made it up. It only exists
Such an
there.
ass.
Hey, we control your time zones, okay? Because we're like Greenwich Mean Time, so shut up.
you guys are like 2 days ahead, so.
Yeah, we are. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like 12:41 a.m. here.
Thanks for not warning us about 9/11, you asshole.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, sorry guys. We watched the plane fly overhead and we thought, you know what, that might get close.
You guys saw it on the news, and then 2 days later it happened. Because that's how that worked.
Yeah, I thought the news was a rerun again. And,
Turns out I wasn't watching the 6 o'clock, it was the 10 o'clock, and I should have known. You were due to stroke jokes.
So ladies and gentlemen, tonight we've not 9/11 and stroke. So, you know.
Groin pulls and stroke jokes. There we go.
And Skeletor has made it his goal to insult Canada on a regular basis.
It's pretty...
Because he did Canada.
I don't think those two things are connected in any way.
It's okay, Krista, I completely understand being from, like, the British Canada.
Thank you.
Oh, you're England's hat.
Yeah.
Scotland.
No.
You keep dying.
You think you're our Canada? No, Wales is our Canada.
Oh, mate, I will come and piss on your pillow. No, not funny, no.
I don't even know what that makes Scotland, then.
That makes us its crabbed uncle that tried to get away and then brought us back in because the kids needed us.
Does that make it, like, your Mexico? Where just...
No, Wales is their Mexico.
They are our Alaska.
Yeah, but, like, we don't have
we
feelings
consider them,
about people in Alaska.
We consider them family, but we just don't really care.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We don't give a crap about Alaska.
And when it comes to Wales, we just give them the middle finger and say, "Shut up."
Yeah, somebody I know moved to Alaska. I have not spoken to him since then.
They don't have phones up there. So.
We gave you guys Scotch and we gave you guys Drew Galloway. Unfortunately, you gave one of them back.
And it wasn't the Scotch.
Yeah, we kept the good thing. So.
Well, it depends on the Scotch.
Yeah, it does.
Because some Scotch is shit.
Never buy store-brand Scotch, even if you're watching it with wrestling.
They gave us the movie Braveheart.
Oh, yeah.
A drunk Australian gave you that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mel. Yeah,
thanks.
The grossly inaccurate Braveheart, yeah.
I realize it has nothing to do with the actual history, practically, but it's a freaking awesome movie.
It's
William Wallace.
Yeah, thanks, Mel.
Thanks, Mel Gibson. You're the nicest guy.
Yeah, why couldn't you guys be Australian, huh?
Because we don't have funny voices.
Yeah, I like the Australian accent. It's almost like a hillbilly English accent.
It is.
It's the English accent after you've been in the heat for a couple of hours and you get really tired.
I appreciate it because I live in the South, so I'm that to people in the North.
Like, the best thing about it is, like, good day became good day. Like, that to me is just the English.
Dude,
In the heat, you just give up.
I thought, like, everything, like, I know someone from Rhode Island, and they always say wicked, and I always just bully the hell out of them for it.
It's wicked.
Yeah, that's something people in, like, the New England say. Like, they kept the 90s slang term wicked.
You're not originally from Virginia, are you?
I was born in Norfolk, Virginia, and I live in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, you remember Norfolk,
You don't have that accent.
I know, it's... This part of the state has, like, a much less strong of an accent, because it's, like, super coastal and stuff. Like when people, I've
You
learned
sound
that
like from the Midwest.
yeah, when people train for when British people and other foreign people try to do an American accent, they go to, like, this region to learn it, because it's, like, a very generic, like, accent that doesn't have, like, any strong thing in any direction.
I find that really difficult to believe until I actually start doing an accent, and then it comes across as being really, really pernickety. It's actually really difficult to nail an American accent.
I'm actually mistaken for American until I say about the house.
It's all about the moose and Canada, eh? Don't forget the maple syrup.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I know a dude from, like, my dad's from Georgia, and he has, like, no discernible accent. Like, it's a weird thing.
I have a friend who's from Florida, and you'd think she was from, like, the backwoods of Tennessee.
Dude, that's what Florida... Dude, 90% of Florida is backwoods stuff. Like, people think of the bottom, like, 10% of it as being the state. That place is the most south you can possibly be. Like, most country you can be.
This is all well and good, but has anyone actually worked out where parts unknown is yet?
I know exactly where parts unknown are.
Krista, keep it to yourself. Skeletor's already straightened it.
Yeah, Aaron knows, and yeah, that's what he pulled. So.
Ugh.
The only reason it's unknown is because no one else has ever seen it.
Damn, dude.
I have seen parts unknown.
Well, Aaron's parts unknown?
He should be so lucky.
Aaron's webcam up occasionally.
Whoa, parts unknown is a big place.
I can give you a hint. I can give you a hint.
Do you even rent that one and just finish your virtually?
Wow.
I had to make that comment, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, there was parts unknown. There was From Your Darkest Nightmares, the Boiler Room.
Oh, the best one is A Little Town in France.
This whole town in France. I love it.
Yep, it was somebody from WCW. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, they're from A Little Town in France. No, he's definitely not that good.
He's not even a 4 out of 10.
We never heard from Terrorizing again.
No, never heard from him again.
Parts unknown is about 6 steps from hell's asshole. Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I've just been looking up the rumours regarding TLC next month.
Guys, cover your mouth!
There are 2 big matches being considered for TLC next month, and one of them being Lesnar versus Cena. Another one being Cena, Rollins, and Orton in a TLC match.
See, that would be interesting if it wasn't Cena Orton with a special guest referee.
And this is
Well,
for TLC.
It seems to me like.
Basically,
Go ahead, Chris.
regardless of what happens, whether or not Lesnar and Cena have the match, Rollins will be in the TLC match. So if the triple threat does not happen, it will probably be Rollins versus Orton in TLC.
Yeah, because he's got to lose that. He's got to lose that briefcase pretty quick here too.
Well, it seems like they want to get that title off of Brock because the UFC rumors they're starting to turn up.
I believe that Brock Lesnar loses that belt at the Royal Rumble.
Yep, I'm with you.
And I think in a non-title match at Mania, and he will lose.
I think Brock is going to lose whatever the next match he has, next title match he has is, and then there's going to be a cash-in.
I think he will beat Cena. He may get cashed in on, but I also think he will go on to have a match with Lesnar, with Reigns regardless.
I'll basically guarantee Brock will not walk out of his next title defense with the title.
Right.
I think he could, but only if he faced Reigns afterwards.
So are we saying that it'll be Cena that takes the belt then, because he's the next one in line to face Brock?
The way that they are pushing Rollins at the moment, they are making Rollins like a top guy. I'm going to go and call and say that they put it on Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins just straight up doesn't lose matches.
I could see them putting it on Cena, and then Cena's so beaten down that Rollins comes in and takes it.
Yeah,
like that 18-second boot to the face that Sheamus did to Bryan to get the title.
See, that would have been great.
It won't even be a pro.
Yeah, I was going to say, had they done that in Survivor Series, that would have been great. Because that could have set up for the triple threat main event with Rollins, Cena, and Orton.
If you do this whole thing with Cena, Rollins, and Orton, you have a screw job finish at the end of Survivor Series, which we're discussing, which is Cena versus Rollins, the last two competitors. So you have them wanting to fight at each other. They didn't have Orton thrown into the mix, which could work. I would then hold off on the title defense until Royal Rumble, and I would have that triple threat also made into a #1 contenders.
Oh, that's the other thing as well. See Survivor Series. If Randy Orton's finished filming whatever it was he was doing, has it not clicked that the reason that Survivor Series may end in a screwy finish is because Orton RKO's everyone?
That's an end.
Yeah, I gotta think that there's the chances of getting a definitive clean win at the end of Survivor Series, I think is very slim. So.
You could then also have Orton coming in and telling Triple H, I've done you a favour. You were going to lose that match.
Yeah.
I think that would work best.
But if they do a screwy finish on a title match, the title doesn't change hands.
No,
right, I was just talking about
the match.
But that would be a way to set it up that Lesnar drops it at the Rumble.
What do you think is going to happen with Rusev in that match? Because, he can't really take a pin or submission.
Count out or DQ?
Yeah, I think it's going to be count out, and it's probably going to be Sheamus and him drag it to the back.
Yeah, they both get counted out.
Yep, double DQ, same as Hardcore Holly was.
Because I don't see them dropping it back to Sheamus right now.
No, neither do I, but I think that's...
Also,
or he does a Bad News Brown, and he just doesn't tag in and just leaves.
I never got the chance to mention it, but did you guys see that tweet a week ago? I think it was the last Raw, maybe 2 Raws ago, where Sheamus had that rematch against Rusev, and Jamie Noble interfered, and Sheamus tweeted, "Watch out, Jamie, I might end your career again."
Yeah, I did see that.
And I was like, what the hell, dude? I get that, you hate each other in storyline, but you did actually end that poor guy's career.
That was pretty well done, though. You've got to be honest. That was a good line.
You don't think it's better that he says it before some idiot on the internet says it.
It's true.
To be fair, Jamie Noble didn't have too great of a career, so.
No.
I'm a fan of Jamie Noble.
We know he grew up 2 trailers down from you. We get it.
He lives in West Virginia.
We get it. You guys feel the same trailer
to
park.
the west of you.
Yeah, we got it.
It's 300 miles. He's in western West Virginia.
Supporting Canadians.
Well, Canada's one big piece of crap state.
Oh.
Oi!
Hey, hold on. They gave us Owen Hart. Come on.
They did give us Owen Hart. And buy the...
And then you killed him.
American technology broke him.
Their faulty
Yeah.
technology.
And you broke him.
He was defective.
Dude, you guys made Edge, but you didn't fix his. You made his spine defective too. Like, you guys can't make anything right in Canada. Christian's got a bad arm. Can't.
Things get made great in China, but WWE doesn't know how to use them.
Skeletor, I have two gifts for you, and they're not Merry Christmas.
Oh, Happy Thanksgiving. I think
that
it's
one worked
Happy
out
Thanksgiving.
That all worked out good for us then. So.
Man, you guys really do only send defective products.
El Generico's still there, so enjoy that.
Not wrong.
And, don't worry, they can give him a personality, so...
Is Stina Canadian? Steen's Canadian.
Yeah, he's French Canadian though.
Yeah, and he was not given the ability to say no to extras at dinner, so...
Hey, hey.
See, well, that was pretty
I think
funny.
you guys
I
are
give you
really
that.
pissed off, Krista.
I'm taking as much ribbing as I can take.
I'm a fan of big guy wrestlers who can still move, so I like how Kevin Steen works.
I like Bret Hart. I like Bret
You're
Hart, I can't say
ignoring
anything.
Krista now.
I can't say nothing bad about Bret.
I
Good.
hate Bret. I've genuinely never seen what the craze was with Bret Hart.
Yeah, no, mate.
He was just in the right place at the right time.
He was always in the right place at the right time, in the
That
ring.
could be said for a lot of wrestlers.
Maybe you guys can answer this for me, right? The guys on Twitter, when I asked this, didn't get it. Had Hogan not been around, because Hogan was the right guy in the right place at the right time, yet he could have been anyone, and Vince turned him into a star.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have replaced Hogan had Hogan not been there?
Could have been Savage.
Yeah, I'm thinking Savage, because he's got the family connections and all sorts of stuff.
I've got an update.
If not Savage, no, maybe not Flair. I don't want to say Dusty. He didn't have the right look.
Do you guys not think it would have been anyone, though? Because Vince literally turned Hogan into a star.
I got to go with Macho Man because he was just it was more the personality. It was the larger than life personality was what really made Hogan. So and Macho Man is one of the few guys that can compete with that.
Because
So-
if you look at it, if you look at modern day wrestlers today, they all are pretty boys for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're all the same look. Yeah, big.
Yeah.
giant
Unless you're
guys.
Luke Harper.
Yeah, unless you're Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, but
But
for
they're
the
still
most part,
giant guys.
you look at Reigns, you look at Cena, you look at even Rollins to an extent. They're all kind of these pretty boy, movie star looking guys. Hogan was never a attractive man, never, and neither was Savage.
But
They were-
Hey,
When you have that receding hairline.
but they were bigger than life, and that's what
They were
Vince was
larger than life.
selling.
Their character was larger.
I
than life.
never
Yeah,
thought of
okay.
Savage as being unattractive like Hogan was.
Yeah, but Vince was selling the character, and the circus comes to town, and you have to see these guys because they're massive and they're
Macho
huge.
Man,
That's what
when
it
he-
was.
in the hat and his big coat or cape, he's like, oh yeah. I mean, he was a larger-than-life character, but if he just came out in his trunks and his receding hairline, we wouldn't have looked at him again. We wouldn't have given him a second look.
Right.
Same with Hogan. If Hogan didn't have Hulkamania and what you gonna do, brother, and say your prayers and eat your vitamins, and he has a bandana and sunglasses, he's looking all cool. If he came out in just a pair of trunks and that receding hairline,
But the same thing happened with Austin. The reason
All of
that
them.
Austin was as big
because
as
they were in the right place at the right time. You look at The Rock. When The Rock debuted, he didn't debut at The Rock, and my first thought was go away. But then he became The Rock and the People's Champion, and he You know, can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
I don't know. If you work hard enough, you can overcome the appearance thing.
Well,
like Arn
with-
Anderson was a fat dude with a receding hairline and a bald spot. But
Yeah,
he
but-
was awesome.
Yeah, but that's totally different. He was a hard worker in a ring general. With Hogan, I mean, he had a run in WWF earlier, you know, in the late 70s, early 80s, you know, for 2 or 3 years, and he was a heel, and he was with Freddie Blassie, and he had zero charisma and was
He was a black
nothing.
hole.
Then he went to the AWA, and kaboom! You know, he found his legs. You know, he figured out what he was. Vince brought him back at the right time.
Well, and you know, I did a piece on Freddie Blassie. When Freddie Blassie started, he started as a teenager, and he went he served in the Pacific Theater during World War II in the Navy. When he came out, he was Sailor Freddie Blassie. Who remembers that? Nope.
Right.
But we all remember him as Classy Freddie Blassie, and he was a huge heel in the 60s. Probably one of the most hated men in wrestling.
Wow, guys.
But he had that gimmick.
Yeah.
Had he stayed with the Sailor Fred Blassie, I don't think anybody would have remembered him. You got to have their gimmick. You got to have the right kind of the character gimmick, but you have to be in the right place at the right time. I mean, think of all those guys that were in the same place at the time Hogan was, or in the same place that, say, Bret Hart was. For example, look at Marty Jannetty and...
It's Jannetty.
His name's Jannetty.
It's Jannetty in America. Don't worry.
No one cares, though.
But you look at the Rockers, you look at Shawn Michaels, he's the Heartbreak Kid, HBK. Wow. Who ever really talks about Marty?
Well, I thought Jannetty was going to be the big star coming out of the Rockers.
And I did too, but that's an example of him being in the right, both being in the same place at the same time. Shawn Michaels is the one that took off.
I think Jannetty's singles run proved that he was the worst one. He was kind of terrible in the ring by himself.
He had a lot of drug problems too. So
That's
He
true.
did.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up. But before we go, can I ask, is it gonna be Team Authority or is it gonna be Team Cena?
Absolutely Team Cena.
neither.
Neither.
Yeah.
Actually, I want it to be neither, but I think it'll be Team Cena.
Team Ryback.
And for the last note, I don't care.
I'm gonna go with the limit. It's Randy Orton stands tall.
Team Orton.
It's either gonna be Randy Orton or it's gonna be Harper and Rowan standing. Alternatively, if they want to make a big impact, it's gonna be a New Day, which would be just my happiest moment. But hey. So, guys, we have been LoWdown. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check in on our Twitter page. And if you can't get on Twitter, why not use our Facebook page that we're going to have up and running properly very soon. So, that obviously, the more likes we get, the more content we can give you. So, please feel free to like this video, subscribe, and get in touch with any of us on Twitter. And, of course, don't forget, Thursday night, we're going to bring you Showdown, and we will finally discuss the Raven crucifixion angle. Be there or be a quadrilateral. See you guys later.
Main Street Posse.